Hello. There we go. How can it work? And then I just switch between the scenes and it doesn't work. Plumbing thing. Hello and welcome to Satisfactory and the Friday stream of Satisfactory. I don't even done that yet. Hang on. There we go. They've added something to the Twitch studio and I wanted to just test it out and see if it works. I mean, I literally, saw they'd done it before the thing. So what it is, it's like, what do they call it? A draw mode. So basically it gives you like some drawing tools that you can draw on top of the display. The stream basically. So let's give that a go. So maybe we set that to purple. Brush tool. There we go. So hopefully that's on the stream. I'm going to check this afterwards and see if that comes through. Smiley face. And then there's like a clear. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. And there's also some lines. Let's try drawing some lines, see what that does. Switch the color to, I don't know, red or something. And then, oh, yeah, there we go. Different line. Oh, yeah, and you can do shapes. Cool. And then, what else we got? Triangle. And then, what's this? An arrow? Cool. There we go. That's quite cool. Quite like that. And it's got a size changer as well. Let's delete all that. Let's go with the brush again. Let's try maybe, I don't know, green or something. How can we do this? How does the size thing work then? Oh no, it's an eraser. Brush tool. Change size. Oh, I see. Big ones. Oh, there we go. The idea is you can sort of draw things on, so if I'm particularly here, so for example, if I wanted to highlight we're on the experimental build, that's the idea of it. Seems quite cool, actually. Quite a good idea. I don't know if that's a plugin you can get on like OBS and stuff as well, and I've just pinched it from there, but yeah, that seems quite interesting. Anyway, yes, so Satisfactory. Enough playing about like a small child with his new toy. Let's crack on. Unfortunately, I didn't do what I said I would do at the end of the stream. Let's get the mic out of the light. There we go. Which was that I didn't finish this plastic oil thingy situation. I did have a very quick look at it. Sorry, my wrist support thing is causing me problems. Is my head being chopped off? There we go. Let's move that up a bit. I'm going to get like a proper camera and stuff at some point, but I'm also going to move house, so I want to. So I'm getting something's digging in on this. I wear a carpal tunnel wrist support thing. Something's digging in on it. Right, yeah. So basically, what I was going to do was I was going to try and sort this out, but I have not done that. I did take a very quick look, as I say, very quick, and could not work it out at all. Because basically there's no oil. It's all connected, but there's no oil coming this way, and I have no idea whether that's because that pipe is too steep or any of that stuff. Yeah. What I'm tempted to do is just basically ignore it for the time being. If we get to the point where, because actually, let's have a go with this. So basically, in case you don't know, basically if up here, in fact, let's do that there. So this pipe going up here, well, that is quite cool. Over the top here, there's some oil, basically. And I've hooked one of them up. And it's only a small flow, so because it's like an impure oil field. And I don't know whether... Well, what's weird about it is you would think if it was doing fluid mechanics like in a properish sort of way, the pipe would just sort of fill up, basically. It would sort of, more material would go into it, and even without pumps and stuff. Like there's a great big downward thing here, and that material would eventually just sort of fill into the, just like a container of liquid. It would fill up slowly from the bottom. But none of that seems to be happening, and I haven't got a single drop of oil up here. And I say down here, look, there's nothing in this either. Oh, there is actually. Oh, there is. Okay. But you see, it's obviously like flowing back and forth. There wasn't anything in this before when I checked it. So maybe eventually it will just fill up. And then we'll start getting stuff going up there. I suspect what I've got to do is two things. That I've got to fill up, connect more of the oil things over there. That it's just not enough stuff to make any difference in terms of the volume of flow. You see, there's nothing in that pipe. There wasn't anything in this at all. You see, I don't know why. You see, if that's maybe I don't know what the segments are as well. I guess the segment is down to there. Maybe this is a complete segment. And so it's effectively sort of sloshing about back and forth in the pipe. Oh, yeah, that's full. Okay. We see it's sort of blowing, moving in and out, basically. Like it's sloshing about. So I don't know, maybe eventually enough thing will be here. But I kind of doubt it. And what we'll probably have to do is like stick more pumps in. And we've got power available. Should I give that a go? Because I was hoping I could get away with just the one pump here. That one there. But clearly I'm going to push it up this incline in some way. Maybe if we go... The trouble is there's all sorts of stuff that wants to kill me over here. And so I don't really want to get too close. I don't think I've got enough. Let's have a look. So it would be under logistics, wouldn't it? See, I don't think I've got a lot of material. You see, I've only got 5 motors. I could make some more, though. Pretty sure I've got stators and stuff. Should we give... If I pop one in and maybe somewhere down the bottom and hopefully nothing kills me while I'm doing it. You see there's them bug things. Which is not too much of a problem. It's just, I'd rather not have to deal with them. Let's put one in there. Did I put that the right way around? I think so. So if we connect that up, hopefully nothing's after me. And hopefully that'll push it up. So I suspect there's just not enough fluid going on anyway, sort of thing. So, I don't know, maybe. You see, I don't want to do 1,000,000 pumps is the thing. I'd rather, if it's going to be that situation, I'd rather just, okay. Maybe that's it sorted. So I did take a quick look at it, and but I kind of came to the conclusion that I couldn't get my head around what was going on. Where's my car? My car's at the top already. Okay. Yeah, so maybe we'll get some fluid flow going on. As I suspect I'm going to have to put the other ones on anyway, because it's... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it's just shaded. I thought that was lacking a texture. There was a thing on... I think basically they've essentially hired someone to do like the videos now, do the editing, and they were asking for I think it was particularly pictures of floating trees. Because I've seen loads of floating trees. I'm an erring because this isn't connected anyway. It's not like the pipe goes where it needs to go. I also don't want to get close to that irradiation. Because it stops here, you see. And we're going to have to go up anyway. Let's do it from the other side then. I mean, this is the last raw material I think I need as such, apart from... Because this is the other question. How the heck... If I'm bringing oil over, how the heck am I going to get it on top of... on top of this factory I've made? Because it's right up in the air. Way up there. And I don't think. Let's have a look. They give 50 meters of headroom. You see. That's higher. That's way higher than 50 meters. 50 meters is like it's only is because the scale is weird in this game. If I'm totally honest, but it's only like I don't know about a third of the way up, something like that. Because if you think about it, because each wall is like each wall piece. In fact, we could count it, couldn't we? Because these are. Does it give me? Could we count it? Because these I know are 4 meters high. But I can't stack them down, can I? So worst case, we go coming in. See, I can't put them on top of each other, can I? Oh no, I can. Okay. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 30, 28 rather, 32, 36. So if we, because this is like a bit off the ground, so that is actually 40 meters. Huh. So in theory, one of those pumps would be able to take it up. That doesn't tally with my previous experience though. Because I didn't do the housekeeping. So I was going to basically next week there's going to be no streams because I'm going to be at an event. I'm going to be at EGX. Oh, so that's 20 meters. Okay. So you see, I'd need like 3 levels of them to get it up. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to be at EGX next weekend. In theory, I mentioned this on the last stream, but in the UK, people have decided that panic buying petrol is the latest thing that we're all going to do to celebrate the glory that is Brexit. That's sarcasm, by the way, in case you hadn't spotted. Deeply unimpressed with this country at the moment. Anyway. But yeah, so... Oh, bit of quartz. Yeah, so... is that going to be able to get up the top here? Yeah, maybe. Let's give it a go. Yeah, so I'm going to be at EGX, in theory, because I don't have enough petrol to do a return journey, basically. I could get down to EGX. You know, I could get to the event. In fact, why is that pumping? Oh, right, okay. Is that because of the other pump on there? That's interesting. I thought I'd have to put another one on. I'm not sure I understand the fluids. Right, yes, so if we go and... They should be able to... if we go this way around the limestone... Oh, can I stack these on top? I can. Okay, let's do that then. If those trees aren't going to be in the way. I didn't know you could... I mean, it makes sense. Why wouldn't you be able to? But didn't know you could stack them. Different types. Let's say, makes sense. Yeah, so I'll be at EGX, which is down in that there London. I'm going for all 4 days. I always go for all 4 days because what you tend to find, it probably won't be the case this year, but people sort of drift in through the day. And so it gets busier and busier and busier. So the whole point of it is to, you know, play games and sit in on talks and things like that. And so, as I say, it gets busier and busier, and you get to the end of the day, and you're queuing up for everything eventually, which just winds me up. I'm not a queuer. Hate queuing. And you can't walk through that, mate. You get stuck. Is that going to be able to go at the top there? So I don't really need that to be stacked there, do I? If I just bring the fluid to here, so I'm kind of amazed that this has come all this way, really. And now we find that there's no actual... No, it's pumping here. It must just do literally like a crude, how much, you know, how high is it, you know, total distance, pump it up that far. That's interesting. Right, so that's basically everything available. Well, you're... Yeah, okay. So we need to actually start making stuff now, I guess. I don't know if I... How many layers am I going to have with this? Because there were more machines than really I've sort of got room for. I sort of discovered. Because we got to do the whole refining thing, and that's quite big and spaceful and whatever. So I'm wondering, is basically, do I have like a level that is like, you know, refining the raw ingredients, and then I just shove them up into a secondary level? Probably wouldn't be like a full level, because, you know, at the moment we still have clipping on these sorts of things, so I can't... I'd have to go all the way up to that height if I wanted to go above it. So we could have a few of these just out in the open, probably down the other end, this one, and then we'll build a sort of a higher platform on top, and we'll push, you know, we'll shove the material up basically. So, because I don't need, you know, this is like raw, I don't know, iron ore maybe? No, that's Caterium or something, isn't it? Either limestone or Caterium. And this is, you know, the other one, limestone or Caterium, and this is, you know, so I don't think any of the things we're building need raw stuff, apart from coal, obviously. Oh, coal and limestone is gunpowder, isn't it? So that's not quite true what I said, but I think they're the only ones that need that, because then we need to process, you know, steel, so we need coal for that. We need, you know, so effectively I make, you know, steel ingots, iron ingots, you know, that sort of stuff. You know, the crushed quartz on this level. And then and I put them up, and it just gives me a bit more room, because either that or I make this even bigger. And I'm not a massive fan of that. Okay, so I'll take it all down. I say I will bring the last few bits up, you know, wherever's nice and easy and convenient. If I'm going to do that, I don't need to organise things too much. We can kind of have all the smelters and foundries and stuff, you know, where it's easiest to have them. Let's take you down as well. Now, which ones have I not brought in? So, in fact, let's put a pole here for each of these things, so that I can at least tell what they are. We'll work on, you know, why have you done that? Can't believe you've done this. So what are you? Oh, you're waiting for your texture to load. So you're iron ore, and you're limestone. Okay, and put that there. Oh, hello, Binkie. Howdy. How are you doing? And that's copper. Oh, that's copper, is it? Okay. There. This must be Caterium then? Yeah, that's Caterium. So this must be limestone. Still kicking. Glad to hear it. Oh. It's taking a long time for those textures to load in. Sulfur. Right, so we've got quartz and oil to bring up here. Have you, do you play Satisfactory as well? I know you play Factorio. Bosh. Right, so we're going to get quartz up there. Right, so I'm going to need the platform to come over, but I'm going to need to take the trees out of the way, aren't I? Have I got... Yes, I've got my chainsaw. Play Satisfactory. Cool. You, What are you doing? Are you, you wait, sorry. It's distracting me, the old, why is it not? It's only taking out one thing at a time. I've not run out of inventory space. Oh, I have. Okay. Let's go and throw some of that away then. In fact, I'll just bin it, I think. I don't need any of this raw stuff. You looking forward to update 5 on this, or I don't know if you've heard about that. I'm quite looking forward to it myself. It's gonna apparently it's more like almost like a quality of life type of update, really. So they're fixing things and giving us mass building. Not well. That's a weird squelchy noise. You know, not mass building, but like so you can build like 10 bits of floor in a row, basically. So is that the corner? That one there. Okay. 2, 3. Okay. You make it so much easier than this rubbish. Having to do them all singularly. So that's the edge, isn't it? What did I actually do over here? I did a thingy, did I? Okay. I think I invited the Perfect Splitter for this kit and also been a part of the 2 major events from the devs, like the World Record Tower of Players. Wow, okay, cool. Way more knowledgeable and experienced than me then. I played this when it first came out, when it came out. Community Labs Discord. I'll be totally honest, I don't really use Discord. I tend to, I'm a bit rubbish at using anything like that, to be honest with you. I'm sort of I used to be quite big into forums when forums were a thing, and now that it's all Discord and things like that, I've kind of not kept up with the times, if you see what I mean. But no, I'm not. So no, I literally played this when it came out in early access, and then basically haven't played it since. So I haven't. Update 4 is the first time I've really played it since since its launch, basically. So there's, all of this stuff that I'm doing, I can't pick that up, can I? I bet I've not got room. Doing now. Oh no, okay. Stop doing that. Is very much new content to me, even though invalidating vacation. What are you going on about? Even though it's been out for years in some cases. So I never really. Wait a minute. No, I need to put it in the middle, don't I? That's right. So I'll reach properly. And that's not. I like the game when I played it. I just never really found the time, to be honest with you. Right. That there. Oh, of course, that's the wrong sort of stacky thing. Right. Pipes. Because I'm going to need to put a pump in, I bet. It's not going to push it all that way up there from that other one. So maybe I can put the pump before. Let's have a look. You know what? Let's change that. I think you've put in a link. Unfortunately, the auto mod is set to not allow links. I don't actually have any moderators that regularly attend, so I tend to just leave that as all the default things. Right, so I say I'm terrible at like even sort of looking at Reddit, looking at Discord. I say Reddit's about kind of the. Why did I jump then? That was weird. Reddit's about as close as I get because it's closer to a forum style. I don't know. I mean, I know Discord is effectively a forum. What happened there? Misclicked on something. But in fact, is there any power on top of this? I don't think there is there? One thing I've forgotten is to put power up there. Right, let's just connect you up. Are you connected? Yeah. But there's no fluid now. That's full. That's got something in it. Is that just too low for it? Oh, there's nothing getting up there. No. I've not got that the wrong way around, have I? Let's take it out again. A bit rubbish with the pumps. I put them in upside down quite a lot. Right. Right, let's go and see if I can. I can't remember how I was lining this up. I think if I missed again. If so, I'm. Let's put this down here. Is that the vertical one? No, it isn't. It's that one. So that's the corner. So I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a 6th one in. After the dot. Cool. Okay. I'll give that a go. After the stream. So is that the official Discord, or is that sort of a community one, or? Was it? I think it was 6, wasn't it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think here. Let's have a look. See without falling off. Yeah. So it's these two. Right. So if we get one of these in, like that. Which way around am I putting them? That way. Okay. And then I don't actually have a fluid one, do I? No. Let's just put a what? One of those on, I guess. And then I'll just try and avoid falling off. Cool. Not sure how much I played out, but have you tried some? No, I've not tried any mods. No, I say the only. Yeah, I played it through when it first launched. I played through basically till completion at that point. But when it launched, there were only like 4 tiers. something like that. I don't even think like steel was in it. It might have been, I can't remember. But there wasn't a lot you could do. It only took sort of, I don't know, 20 hours or something, 20, 30 hours or something to like max everything out and do what little you could do. And I say that's basically it. So then I started this series basically because I hadn't played it basically. Unless this isn't. Why is that not doing anything? There's stuff in there. But this is not pumping. Oops. Let's just connect the other one first. So no, I haven't done any mods. I know some of the things that they. I tend not to. I think Factorio is really the only game I've played where I've really played mods, and even there I haven't done like the overhaul mods. I started Crash Story 2, but didn't proceed with it. So I haven't done any of the bobs or any of that stuff. It's mostly just been quality of life stuff with Factorio, but I don't tend to play. I tend to be happy with the base game usually, or well, let me put it this way: I tend to be happy with the base game, or just not happy with the game at all, and I don't play then at all, sort of thing. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a lift. Cool. Right, let's go and stick that at the top. Not sure the community. Not to mention some names where Tiliana, the feature builder, Shadow Surgeon, many more. Okay. Hangs out. Okay. Yeah, so I'm a bit rubbish with the whole Discord thing. It's like I don't know. It's just never really clicked with me, I suppose. I mean, one of the things, I don't tend to play a lot of multiplayer, so the whole, because it has the whole. Oh, I can't afford it. Bum. How can I quickly get some more iron plate? I must have some iron plate in my car. Where is my car? My car's over there. Why is my car over there? Okay. Oh, right, okay. GG.com. Okay. Thanks, Lisa. So I'm looking after the thing. Is my car over here? No. Where is it then? Down here somewhere. Oh, it's not. Oh, no. I was a bit worried it had gone underground. Oh, there's no iron in here. Right. Okay. Dang. Okay, I think I'm going to have to go back to the main base, I think, because there's no way I can do without iron plate. And I don't need all these miners now because I've hooked everything up. They're all from, I had loads of them sat on like the Caterium and stuff. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to go back. It's not far, it won't take as long, but in fact, let's make sure we got fuel in. Cool. This thing it does with the... Oh, I don't want to get close to that. Oh. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. You crash into the trees is a really annoying thing. The pop-in seems even worse this week. Oh. Smashed into the lizard doggo. Brilliant. No. Crikey, that was a bit of a journey. So do you prefer, which do you prefer, this or sort of Factorio, which is your sort of preference? I know, I was quite surprised actually to me personally, because I mean, Factorio is my favourite game of all time, sort of thing, but that doesn't mean I like this game as well. It's no, it's sufficiently different for me that I can enjoy it almost just as much, but in a different way. But I was a bit surprised with. Ah, dear me. People don't seem to. They seem to either like one or the other, and particularly in terms of watching, like streams and stuff. A lot of people seem to prefer one or the other. I say I found that a bit. Oh, it's almost sort of a, like a tribal thing in a sense. One rather than the other. But it's a bit like sort of. I don't know if you know Dyson Sphere program as well. But I've done a few streams of that, and I was sort of stunned that nobody kind of watches Dyson Sphere. There's one. I was doing one, and I must literally have been. Well, I was the only person streaming in English. I mean, literally, there was no one else streaming in English. There was one, but in total, there were 3 people streaming, including me. And I was like, "Wow, that's a very low number of audience." But they did, because it's a Tokyo Game Show at the moment, and Gamera Games, that's the publisher. They did, they put out a video Dyson Sphere program, and it sold 1.7 million copies. And it's like, I assume that's because they're mostly, because it's like a Chinese developed thing. And I assume that's why they're mostly, it's sold big in China sort of thing. Let's just chuck them in there. Give us a bit of room. This is all the organic stuff. Yeah. I need to do some stuff with these. I just keep chucking them in chests. Right, get rid of that wood as well. We picked that hard drive, didn't we? I should research. In fact, let's do one of them. This was all a bit of a mystery to me as well. Wait a minute. What are you doing? Hard drive. Again, hard drive. Cool. Because they've done quite a lot with the research. Both because they are different. I can understand that, but for me they are different. I didn't enjoy the game really. Is that, sorry, Dyson Sphere? You didn't enjoy Dyson Sphere? Yeah, I'd sort of agree really. I think they're sufficiently different that, I mean, they have said, didn't they, that they kind of, when they started making Satisfactory, their goal was 3D Factorio. So there is a lot of similarity, but a lot of it is so different. Right, what do I want then? So I want iron plate, which I think is in one of these over here. So this is my main factory. I guess I don't know about a factory tour, because this is still basically, there are a whole set of streams where I was trying to set up a train system, and making a bit of a mess of it, as it were. A bit like any of these building games where they've got similar mechanics, but sufficiently different. So I built all this, and for and I couldn't work out, because you have to do the thing where you set whether it unloads or loads, and I completely forgot that. So the train was going backwards and forwards, doing nothing for ages. But also, it didn't occur to me that you can basically join these back up again. In fact, I could have double-ended the train, but that didn't really occur to me as well. But I spent ages building this second track, and of course you can just link them up. You can just connect that track to that track and have it loop back on the same piece of track. I don't even know why this didn't occur to me, but so I spent ages putting a second line in, and I don't really need to. But yeah, so I've basically got another factory over in the grassland. Where is it? It would be over here. Yeah, it's where this station is, and that's making like iron plates, rods, and screws. And then there's a sort of oil factory here. No, here. I mean, it starts about here, but oil factory here that's making plastic and rubber. And they're being brought over by train, basically, and unloaded here. And the idea is that the floor below this, I'm processing steel and copper. And then I'm just going to do like copper sheets and these things, basically. Wires, cables, all that sort of stuff on this floor. And then the floors above are going to be like, more complicated stuff. So, all the other sorts of things that I would want to make. So reinforced plates and all that sort of stuff. But I haven't really done any of that bit of it. It took me so long to do the train. I got a bit sort of fed up of this factory. And thought, right, well, I'll go and make a factory that makes ammo and bombs and stuff like that, because I'm getting to the stage where really I want to clear out a lot of the poison stuff, because a lot of interesting stuff is hidden by the poison. So I want to get some explosives and just blow them up, basically. So yeah, that was the intention of the other factory, and then I had this whole drama with fluids and not really understanding how the pumps work and stuff. Right, so I've proud on there, but yeah, this is lots and lots of floor. Eventually, I'll have like the tubes and stuff. But for ages, I didn't know about this thing, the old FICSIT Awesome shop. I knew about it, but I assumed it was all like junk joke items. I don't know why, but I just assumed it was rubbish, basically. And it turned out that all the foundations and attachments, and particularly the walls and all that sort of stuff, are in here. And I thought they were in the research tiers. I thought that's what they'd added, because they added all this research stuff since I last did it, and I thought they were in here somewhere, trapped in here, and they aren't. They're obviously in the FICSIT shop. And I was sort of getting a bit bored of the game, if I'm honest. But this whole thing of more cosmetic options and windows and all that sort of stuff, I really liked that, basically. I was like, all right, so I can build a factory that actually looks like a factory. Ish. And these things are great. I didn't even know these existed. The grid system, okay, I can't enjoy it. The planet system thing is cool, and of course when you come to the later game, making the disc, etc. But that's so useful for this game that legitimate out for us. There's a glitch to the game that allows us to actually go under the world, and the best approach is then trains doing so, and game also allows us to build their new enable drones, cause that much lag and havoc, and also something devs are looking into. All right, you can go under the world, can you? Okay, let's game it out. Okay. So basically, what, you build your trains underneath the world, is it? Because it was incredibly. I mean, they say it was like 4 streams or something. Let's go and have a look. Hopefully, not get run over. But yeah, so the train network goes all the way over there, and I had to build all of this platform all the way across. Force the track to go into a mountain. Okay. I know, and then bend it down. Oh, I see. So it lets you clip it through the mountain, and then once you're effectively outside the geometry, you can take it underneath. Okay. Okay. I know they are doing that thing for update 5. They basically said that they're going to do, like, what did they call it? Soft clipping and hard clipping. So basically, I think things like belts and stuff, you can just pass them through walls, and pipes and all that. But some things like, you know, train stations, you won't be able to clip through, you know, just as a, because it would bugger up the mechanics basically. But you know, they're going to let you, you know, just put, you know, walls through things and, you know, pipes through floor and all that sort of stuff, which is quite cool. But and then I guess, you know, you've got the option whether you want to play with that or not, sort of thing. I haven't picked up these iron plates I meant to. Let's go and grab them. But yeah, these chests are here basically because I deconstructed everything that was in my old factory in order to make this, and so I'm sort of living off the spoils, as it were. Right, but I'm going to run out fairly soon, I think. Right, so is there anything else that's worth picking up? I guess motors and stuff, if I've got any. Just stack that off. We did use more of that than I was anticipating. Where are we going? So let's take a few of these. I think I might stick them in the car. I presume have they got like a cool bill hanging? It requires copper wire and some concrete and some space. Well, give it a go. I'd say we'll nip over. We'll take this stuff back over to the other build, and then you can try and walk me through it. I'm a bit rubbish at following instructions, so apologies if I don't understand. Where are the motors? Have I got any motors left? I don't think I have, actually. No, it's cable. Pipe. Might as well grab a few of them. But yeah, so I'll drive back to the other stuff, and then we can give your suggestion a go. I'm not too fussed about the whole clipping. I know. I mean, you get that with quite a lot of games where they have clipping and stuff. People get, you know, sort of annoyed at you using it. So I'm not fussed about that. I'm not too into exploits and stuff though for an early access game, because obviously if they do decide to, you know, nerf it or whatever, it it can break the factory and stuff. But given that update 5 comes out in whatever it is, 3 weeks or whatever, I do find there is a cave up in, like, you know, in the desert. I'm sure this is known about, but there's like a cave like on the far north. Oh, that's that hard drive. There is a cave on the far north which it doesn't have a floor. And I tried to do something there with you know, like basically using building to go underneath. But it just seems to behave weirdly. Rather than sort of it didn't let me build underneath it properly. I guess because it kind of figured I was outside the map rather than having clipped through it, sort of thing. Or I was just being incompetent. That's another distinct possibility. I would say one of the things I do like about this game very much is that because it's a fixed map, you know, obviously, and the resources are infinite, so you can just set up a thing and it doesn't matter that, you know, like Factoria, where, I mean, you know, you obviously have mods for infinite ores and stuff, but even with the the mining research, you're gonna run out of stuff eventually. Right, so we'll just park up here, and then you can talk me through this thing. So, who knows, you might even end up using this tree later. Okay, cool. So, it requires a copper wire, concrete, and some space. So if I go, does it matter if this is over the top or if I just run up out of the way? Is this going to be enough space? Because I've got hang on, I've got concrete and copper wires. Oops. Just a sec. Yeah, no problem. One of the things I'm quite intrigued with this is what the lore of it is, because these are clearly animals. I don't know if they're meant to just be the. Oh, have I just annoyed something? I don't know if they're meant to be the floating manta ray things, but this is clearly a rib cage, isn't it? And I know when you look at the. What are you moaning about? I know if you. I say I've not been up there, but there's structures here that apparently look like giant spiders. Oh, you climbed up the top, did you? Okay, where have you gone? Come here. There's usually more than one. Where have you gone? They're over there, are you? Are you stuck? Oh, sorry. I mean, I think people struggle a bit with combat in this, but I don't tend to have any problems with it. All good. Place one foundation and make sure it's all visible. So, does any size matter? I'll go with like just one by one. So, make sure it's all. Do you mean like the bottom parts as well, or does that count? I mean, because I could place another one on top like that, and then that would be fully visible. Cool. I'll step on it. Okay. Drop the wire from inventory and try to drop it dead center. Okay, so the center would be sort of, I guess, there. So if I go inventory, does it matter how many wire? Because don't you just... No, that's not center, is it? So if I'm more sort of off to the side, oops, and do that. No? Okay, it's dropping it in front. Okay. What have you done there? So maybe about there. Is that close enough? I mean, it's fairly central. Yeah, cool. Jump on it. Okay. Oops. I got the legs on, so I'm a bit jumpy. Delete the foundation. Okay. Okay, so I'm floating. Well, not floating. I'm stood on a wire. Now you want to jump and build a new foundation on top of the wire thing. Don't move. Okay. So jump and build a new foundation on top of the wire thing. So if I do that, like that, you mean? I'm floating through it, I think. Oops. Just spinning, extend that. Okay. Any particular distance, or are we clipping into the ground, basically? Might want to be higher. So you mean put in a few more foundations? You know, jump and put in a few more. Oops. Look at that. Over this. Go over this now if you want. Yeah, I'll just keep going. Two out. I'm not sure what you mean by two out. As in, you have to extend it by two? Because I'm basically stood on, rather. Okay, so it's two extended that way. Oh, each way, okay. 1, 2. Oh, all four sides. Okay, sorry, didn't understand that. Right, that. So I got an X shape basically. Now delete the first and the one you're standing on. So, do you mean that one and this one, or do you mean going down, as it were? Do you mean, when you say first, do you mean sort of this one, these two, or like the ones underneath? Not down. So if you mean to delete this one. Oh, first one each way. Okay. Okay. Because obviously I've built a whole bunch more. I don't know if that knackers this. Turn and delete the ones you placed first down there. Okay. Oops. So I'm stood back on the wire. Now, I'll be honest, no. I think it was 3. Look down, so I'm placing the foundation again. Turn it slightly in another angle. Like that. Because that's like that. Jump and place. So it's slightly to the other side there. Add 3. So as in, take me back up to this level. Yeah, it was 3 in the end. So as in, take it to another angle. Did I twist that or not? Oh, I see, sorry. Does it matter if I'm... Oh, I'll assume that means... Oh, right, so they clip through each other. Okay. Like that. Oh, cool. Is this so you can make a circular platform? Circle. Yeah, cool. Okay. So basically, if I delete that, take that out. Could I just do it with that? Is that going to be at an angle? Oh, wait, let me build it, will it? Okay. Oh, you have to. So you have to be stood on the wire, I think, don't you? Okay. So if I do that, why won't it let me build that? Oh, there we go. Although I think that's not twisted, is it? Let's give it another go. Grab one of them. Yeah, okay. I get you. Oh, there we go. Yeah, okay. Cool. Cool. I'm not gonna complete that. As you say, looks like I'd probably be a bit finicky. But yeah, that's oh, it's not like a texture side of it. Cool. Why? So can you put walls on it as well then? Will it let you clip walls to it? Oh, not clip. Oh yeah, okay. So you could build yourself a literal roundhouse, could you? Or like, you gonna let me do that one? Oh no, it's just snapped it on the side there, isn't it? Cool. So I know people have done all sorts of amazing things. It says like your community does that sort of stuff. But cool. Storage silos. Yeah, cool. I like that conceptually. It's so I think that's like update 5. They want to let people do more of that stuff, don't they? Because they're getting the soft clip in, as it were, so you can put pipes through through walls and stuff without any problems. I'll have to experiment with that. But yeah, I sort of doing more things like this in a sense is kind of how to put it. It like the game clicked a bit more with me. I was getting a bit bored of just literally, simple factories with layers of stuff going on each time, and it was just I couldn't do proper walls, and I was, in fact, that's the point. I haven't got power on the top there still, have I? I couldn't take power up and all of that stuff. I was really having to sort of improvise a lot of solutions to things that shouldn't have been difficult. And then when I discovered the FICSIT shop had all this stuff in it, it was a bit of a revelation. It might be easiest just to stick it on the side there. So yeah, I'm sort of a lot keener on the game after that point, to be honest with you. Let's pop you there. Anyway, are you gonna let me? Can I use? I can't use the double-sided connectors through the walls, can I? Through the floors? No. Okay. Let's just put one of them on then. Why are you not doing that? Oh. Let's just pop you. I don't know. Just want to get power up there so I can build the things, to be honest with you. Not fussed about looks at this stage. Right. So we have power as well now. Brilliant. Oh, I never need to put that in. Lifter as well. Ooh. Should have seen your face of snot. Yeah. Imagine. It's one of those things, isn't it, that, how to put it, developers kind of don't know their own game in the sense that they've obviously, particularly with, if they're on the design side or whatever, they're like, well, this is how I'm intending for players to use this, and this is what I'm intending for them to do, and this is how the system works, as it were. And then you unleash it on the players, and they just do all sorts of mad stuff, and it must be. But what why would you even think of doing that? It must be a strange experience. In Biz, also, they used it quite a bit later. Made a ton easier after the shop came up, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, I say, I was getting a bit bored of it, really. But what I really want, what I think almost will make or break the game for me as to whether I'd be interested in. Because to be honest, with one map, what I like about that one map is, say, it's fixed resources and you know where they are and all that sort of stuff. It's just I can't even remember what this is. This is quartz, isn't it? What are you doing there? You know what they are and where they are and how much and all that sort of stuff. But once you've built your factory once, or I guess you could, you can get creative with it and all this sort of stuff. Is there even any fuel here? No. I've clearly knackered that. I've clearly done that wrong. I don't understand why, but I clearly have. Ah, dear. Because there's meant to be that the story component to it, basically. So there's like the, what's actually, happening, as it were, in the sense that is this the iron ore? That's the iron ore, isn't it? And I'm quite intrigued by that side of it. I quite like to know, what their story is. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be something, ironic, basically, because if you think about, what the current end point of the game is and all that sort of stuff. How do I want to actually do this? I guess if I maybe load it in there. Wait a minute. Coal. I've not brought coal over. Bum. But stacking the containers, if you have 3 on top of, is the perfect number to flow with most machines build-wise, as in the height. Stacking containers, if you have... So, you mean... these ones? So sort of 3 of these stacked on top. Stacking it, if you have 3 on top, is the perfect number to flow with most machines. So I'm not sure what you mean by that. Do you mean having... So you then put what sort of assemblers or something? They fit underneath or something, do they? Or... okay. Yeah, okay. So that gives you the perfect height for just building, basically, is it? Okay. I see what you mean. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is sort of a thrown together. The idea of it's like just stuff, basically. It's like just to build what I can, essentially, slowly and sort of over time, rather than an efficient factory. This one. Right. So what am I? gonna do, if I hadn't actually anticipated doing too much of anything here, really. So just a little bit of smelting, you know, a little bit of everything, really. But because I've taken out, I think it might be easiest if I actually put the wall in first. Because if I want to split that, let's have a look, see how that fits in. So if we put the, say, a couple of smelters like this. And then they output along a bottom row, basically. Or maybe it's just easier if I do them the other way around. A bit more normal about it. So if we have, say, I'm not fussed about the volumes really, but we will need a fair bit of smelting. In fact, given I don't need any iron plate, might be easiest if I literally feed it directly into a constructor, turn it into, I know the ratios are often stuff, but I'm not actually fussed. So, you know, feed one, make, do I need iron plate? I've forgotten. I'll work that out in a minute, but literally just direct feed in 1 to 1. They're too close, aren't they? Because that's wider. And then that would be, say, rods. In which case, we could then put, oops, say, how do you find, this is the bit that I find a little difficult, is the whole, and I know there's a jetpack and stuff, where, I put that the wrong way around entirely, to give you the bird's eye view and the viewing platforms as well, but it's like, how do I explain it? It's like I feel too close to all the building, and I don't know if that's just because I've spent so much time in Factorio. That'll be too close as well. I'm just sort of used to that top-down view, which you don't quite get. Oh. But, so if that was there, it's too close, isn't it? But then, that's annoying. So that would be rods into screws. Rule out for the game is spread out. Use trains at least for bigger builds. Yeah. Yeah, definitely get used to it. So then maybe I put a foundry here. I say this is not intended in any way, shape or form to be efficient or anything like that. It's just me thinking, right, well I need some, I'd quite like some ammo and I'd quite like some bombs. Let's build a factory that makes that sort of stuff. And then I was like, there's this spot on the map where you've got kind of everything. You've got oil up here, you've got iron, copper, sulfur, deuterium. There's coal over there, but I've not forgotten to bring that over. You know, so it's all sort of, there's also, I mean, there's even water down the bottom somewhere there. And it's like, well, I might as well chuck in a factory that does the stuff that I don't really need, or I don't think I need at the moment. It'll probably turn out I do need loads of them. But, you know, I can just crush this this quartz and stick it in a train and send it over. as well, sort of thing. And I can make, you know, gunpowder. Say I need the coal, but make gunpowder and therefore make bombs and well, what does he call them? Novorobs or something. So if that's the steel, what do I need? I need steel pipes. I know that much. So then we would put something like steel here. Steel pipes. And it has the blue lines and stuff to help, so it's not totally thing. But it sometimes doesn't seem to show them unless you sort of there we go. Lined up properly already. And it doesn't seem to line them up on the right things sometimes. Like there you go, that's lined up in the middle, but the output's there. So this would be pipes. Let's have a look at what I actually need. If I build a manufacturer. So I want to make these crystal ocelots, but I'm not actually fussed about doing them here, you see. So I'll crush the actual quartz. Well, I guess it's not crushing, but I literally stick it in a train and send it around. Because the idea why this is so high up is I'm going to put the train underneath, basically. But also it means I can still drive underneath it. But it's these I want to make here, and they're beacons. You see, steel pipes, black powder, rubber is obviously why I need the oil. But beacons are a complicated build, aren't they? Oops. Yeah, so we need cables, pipes. Yes, we do need plates. We do need rods, cables, and wires. Okay. Cartridges. I assume the meta, as it were, is that because the rifle, I really like the rifle, using it, but it chews through ammo at a ridiculous rate. It's like stupidly. Well, it's not it's not right. I think they need to change the balancing on it because it only fires like, is it 10 shots or something? So we need the beacons, which are that. That's all I'm making here. So if that was making the cartridges, I do need steel pipe, but I don't need steel plate. That was a bit crunchy. So the constructor I can use to make. Oops. But I need wires and cables, so I've got to do copper as well. And I want to make quick wire here. Send that over. So, okay. Okay, so I do need those two. Right, so somewhere there needs to be a foundry. No. Smelting copper. Where is the copper? Is this copper? That's copper. Okay. Can't get me copper. Right. But it was only pipes, wasn't it? I don't think I need any other steel stuff. That's interesting. So, somewhere we need another smelter. And another smelter. Constructor for... I put those two close together again, because I'm an idiot. And put you, say there. Whoops. So if you're making copper ingots, and you're making then wires, because I need both wires and cables, so you're making what? Wires, and then another one making cables. Cool. We also need a smelter. Making Caterium, which will then turn into Caterium wire, or quick wire rather. Why have I got concrete over here? I don't think I need it, do I? Because I need... Was there something else I was going to make? Because let's have a look at the assembler. I wasn't going to make any of that stuff. So it's just nobelisks and black powder. Huh. Don't really need concrete then, do I? Why did I bring that over? Answers on a postcard. Yeah. So we could make black powder on this level, I guess. Yeah. And then there's the whole quartz side of things as well. Quartz crystals. Okay. And then we got to deal with oil. Right. Maybe I just hooked it up on principle. But I can't figure out why I'm bringing concrete over here. Or limestone, rather. Because I can't think what I would need it for that I was thinking about building here. Nope. Whatever. Right, so it would be a refinery or two. Is there some nice ratio, since you're here and you're a bit of an expert, Binkie? Is there some? Because what I need is a bit of rubber, basically, and that. But that's it. I don't really need any of the other stuff. And I find how they've done these a bit confusing, and I'm more than happy to just stick, petroleum coke or fuel or something in a thing and just burn it. Basically, I'm not really intent. I just want the rubber, basically, because from what I can tell, there's two recipes. There's this one, which produces the rubber and the heavy oil residue. But then you have to do something with the heavy oil residue. That something being... and maybe there's alternate recipes and stuff. But this one seems to be the only option for dealing with... And I think there is something to do with aluminium later. I've not got to aluminium's tech yet. But this appears to be... And this one is the residual rubber, but you have to make fuel, because that then gives you the residual rubber, residual, whatever it calls it. Residual plastic, what's it called this? Polymer resin, sorry. But say the simplest thing seemed to be to, not that I've got the oil coming up here, I've cocked up the pump somehow, is to do that one. I say I'm not fussed about volumes. I just want some rubber, basically, to make ammo. And then I take the residual stuff, turn it into petroleum coke, and I burn that. So I'd say I don't know if there's a better way of just getting some rubber, but say that seemed to be the only kind of option. Or I guess I could do that recipe, convert fuel. Maybe that would be better. But I did notice, I mean, the oil power plants, the fuel power plants, they seem to be much more sort of effective, but they didn't actually, but to the extent that they don't actually use that much fuel. So I'd have to set up quite a lot of, basically oil power plants to get rid of the fuel, in a sense. I mean, obviously I'd turn it into power, but so it is useful. But it seemed to be quite a lot of, because they're enormous as well. So if I do that, I can stick it in, and I could potentially take it down. I got a whole load of coal power being done there, so I could sort of potentially shove it down there and just stick it in, basically add it into what's down there already. Because see, the trouble with burning it is I've then got to get water up here as well. So there's quite a lot of stuff on this level then, in theory. Probably too much. Okay, so it turns out I'm not going to use that, so it doesn't matter if this is a bit closer. And I can always, turn it round. But what we could do is, was this iron as well? It was, wasn't it? So we got rods there, plate. Oh, it's got rods. Oh, that's rods for screws, isn't it? So maybe it'd be a bit more efficient if I just sort of line everything up. Feeding in one end and feeding out the other. Well, not efficient, simpler. Because that's not very efficient. It is simpler. Right, so in that case, we need to pick a starting point. I guess, was this? That's Caterium, isn't it? And then that's copper. So it might be easiest from that point of view if I do a smelter here. I'm almost thinking about it as a main bus, in the sense that I'll take all of the raw stuff down this here. Yeah, let's do that. So see if I can. I don't mind extending the platform and stuff either. So let's put it, say, there. And then this is just going to make Caterium ingots. Feeding from there. And then we feed it into constructor. Can I get it that close? Yeah. So that goes into there. I'm not going to. Oh, it's SKUF, is it? I don't mind it being haphazard, but let's at least not be SKUF. Who's. What? How can you be encroaching others' clearance? Oh, it's the belt. Like that. Is that straight? That's straight. There we go. Right, and then we literally just stick it in a constructor. Make some wire out of it, and I'm happy with that. So it'll probably turn out that you need millions and billions of Caterium things, but I will discover that as I go. Yeah, so that's there. And then whatever I do with this, probably shove it down through the floor. Okay, so that's at least Caterium. Then we might as well do copper, since it's right on this corner as well. Production, smelter. Let's leave a little bit of a space, like that. And then we want one constructor here. And another one will end up being here. So this is a smelter. It's the most amazing smell. I've got my we're getting some weird weather in the UK, in that it's been absolutely freezing all week, and now it's all sun and sunbeams and sunshine and stuff. And there's the most amazing smell of coffee and so I've opened my windows basically. It's the most amazing coffee smell drifting up from somewhere. Right, so I do need wires. In fact, yeah, both of these are wires, aren't they? Copper. Oh, deuterium. Cool. And then we need another one, say, here. Is that going to be too close? Does it let you, if you literally put them next to each other, doesn't it get a bit... I mean, I suppose it doesn't matter because I'm doing direct feed-in. Anyway. Yeah, it's happy with that. Because I'm not going to split these or anything. So that one's got wire, and so this is cable. And this is just wire. That's just wire. Then we might as well do the... Because coal's going to end up coming in over here somewhere. So we might as well do... In fact, let's do that one first. So we're going to have... Oops. Iron plates. Iron rods. Iron rods into screws. Put the smelters in. Cool. And then all three of these are going to smelt iron. In fact, let's put the belts in. I'll forget. I was a bit sort of, because I think as I mentioned before, I was getting a bit sort of, bored isn't quite the word, but losing enthusiasm before I discovered the, I've done that one, the prettier, side of the game, as it were. And what was the point I was going to make there? Oh yeah, and one of the things I was getting a bit miffed with, I have to say, particularly, was was the, in fact, that's actually on the left, isn't it? So it might be better. Do you first. Anyway. It could do with some kind of blueprinting system or something like that. I don't know quite how the hell you would do it in this game, but repeating exactly the same machine over and over again with the same connections to the same splitters to the same mergers was just getting a bit horrendous. How are you? And initially I wasn't... It's on the left, right, isn't it? That's where we go. So it needs to be... Initially it was okay because the volumes were sort of smaller. You didn't need to make 1 million iron plates or whatever. But then the recipes started getting really complicated, or, really resource intensive. And I was like, this is just getting a bit too much, to be honest with you. So if that's steel, and it's making steel pipes, I think that's the only steel thing I need. Because your sulfur, because see, then coal is going to be right next to the one making sulfur. Cool. I'll leave a bit of space, I guess, because let's properly leave a bit of space so that I can do some spaghetti. And then you're going to make black powder. No, you're not, because it needs to be an assembler, not a constructor. No, there we go. It's like why I... oh, I've forgotten the... need to do the quartz as well. Oh, and the fuel. Not fuel, the rubber. I guess we could do that just here, basically. Because what I'm thinking, I do a platform on top, basically, over the top of these. And then I could just take them up, material up, and sort of feed it, you know, like an S-type shape. And then I can put the oil ones here, just in a row. And maybe send the, you know... I'm starting to wonder whether I shouldn't maybe actually process the oil down the bottom anyway. Because it seems a bit daft to send the oil up and water and then send the coke back down again and back over that way. Whereas I could just, you know, process it there, bring the water over from that lake, wherever it is. Wherever the heck that lake is. Not lake, pond. Because you do need water for it, I think. Right, so we need to do that as well. Because say that one's done effectively. I don't need to do anything more than that other than, you know, process it basically. And we might as well, because it is quite a high volume thing, we might as well have a few machines doing that. In whatever space we've got. And then I would just take it downwards basically. Yeah, okay. So if we use this sort of space to process that, what would that look like? So maybe... I think I prefer to have them somewhere here, maybe. How much? Because they use quite a lot. Because I've just done the belt as the lowest level. I've not upgraded or anything, so I can do that as well. But it's 5-8 seconds, isn't it? And this 60 a minute. But this is, I'll probably end up with level 3, won't I? Or, well, maybe. If it is. Because it basically goes 1 to 2 to 4-ish. So it's 4 a second. Oh, well, which is, well, 270 a minute. In fact, 3 of these could be fed, well, not quite, but 3 of them could be fed by just a level 1 belt, couldn't it? So we might as well do that then. Oops, missed. Okay. Cool. Sorry, itchy nose. Yeah, so yeah, it's one of the things they introduced blueprinting to. I know you said you weren't keen, but they introduced blueprinting to Dyson Sphere program. Not quite sure on the implementation of how they've done it. As in, not sure if I'm keen. If I was to do splitting, I'd want to do it good old random rotation there, but that's not going to be enough room, is it? Oh no, okay. But yeah, they put it in. What they've particularly done is like a drag copy thing. So you basically put one down and then you just drag and it puts the rest down for you. And the big thing about it is it includes their splitters, which I can't ever remember what they call. Oh, in fact, I don't need that one, do I? If I'm just doing 3. But yeah, so it's effectively fully joined up machine. So it would have all like the belt, well, not the belts, but it would have like the inserters and all of that stuff built for you, essentially, which makes it so much easier. I was getting RSI, basically, doing all of the clicking to place all the belts. It was getting really tedious. And I was not impressed. Right, so if we imagine this is just getting fed directly into a train, do I want to bring it that way, or which way do I want to take it to join it together? Probably best to do it merging to here. And then I can take it wherever I need to go more easily, I think. Plus add more on if I need to. Yeah, okay, so we'll go merger. Need a little bit of room for the angle. Yeah, and then what are you doing? You're doing like that, okay. And then that way. Up to there. Oh. Oh, bum. How have I got that misaligned? It's lined up properly that time. There. Cool. So then I can take that wherever I need to go. Excellent. Oh, it's 10 to 5. Oh my. Okay. So I usually only stream for a couple of hours on a Friday. It's just a sort of after work stream, really. I do a couple of hours of this. Bit of fun, bit of a different game. Obviously, my Factorio stream series is still grinding on. I'm at the point of doing the white science build now, so I've not got that much to do in a sense, but obviously it's a very big scale, and the big thing is the material. I had no idea, if I'm totally honest, how much it actually takes to feed a megabase. And I was going through it last weekend on the stream, and I've done outposts for red, green, blue. Well, blue and military is sort of done, but red, green, and purple are done. I say blue and military is sort of there. I need a few more outposts, but gold and white and the satellites don't have any outposts. And I was mathing it out, and I would need 70 of the outposts I was building to make the system work. I have about 30 outposts at the moment, and most of those were built off stream, and it's not viable. I would be doing it to like next Christmas if I was to try and do that. What do I want? I want splitters, really, don't I? So that's not going to happen. So what I'm going to do instead is basically make a new idea a new way of doing it where I just expand my walls, but in a very simple way. And I incorporate all the material in, and then I can just use, so there'll still it'll still be outposts, but not the outposts I've been building. Because one of the big problems with the outposts that I've been building, or one of the other problems with them, is that they require an enormous amount of defenses because they're like self-contained things. And the number of like lasers I'm going to be putting on 70 outposts means I would need to probably put down half as much solar again, and I don't think I want to do that. I may just go mad if I had to do that. So the idea is to come up with a new way of doing outposts. Well, I need to test the white science and the satellite first, but I'm pretty sure they'll work. They're not that complicated. But yeah, once I'm happy that that design works, I can fill in the rest. Because I got 6 satellite builds, basically. To feed. And that's a lot of material. So that's the copper going in. And then these are all iron, aren't they? Oh no, I haven't set them. These are all iron. And this, of course, is steel. And I could just feed the rest in there, basically. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. But yeah, still dragging on. Well, I'm enjoying it. I just I say it's just a bit. How am I going to get this? Because 3 is going to be too high, isn't it? Yeah, it's not going to like that angle. I mean, I guess I could just stick something on top of there. Just let me build on top, doesn't it? I think. No. Invalidate location. Okay. I'll just do it by hand then. Is that going to be high enough? I think that'll be high enough, isn't it? That'll be fine. Yeah, it'll be fine. Right. So let's elevate it here. Will it like that angle? I don't think it will it? It's going to be too much of an angle, yeah. Okay. Maybe there? Nope, too steep still. Okay. Let's see about maybe there. Yeah. That'll be too far on it. In fact, if I'm going to hook it up with that, that's a bit of a rubbish place for that anyway. Okay. Probably better doing it sort of over here, maybe. Like that. There. Cool. Let's put this, say, I don't know, here. Like that. Are you going to like this angle? Of course you're not going to like that angle. Don't even know why I did that. How close can I get that? There we go. Pop that on there. Cool. Awesome. So you both need coal, don't you? Which we know is going to come in. Oh, I guess I could stick the coal on the end somewhere. Or just weave it round, I guess. Yeah, I think I'm going to process the oil down the bottom somewhere and feed it up on a lift rather than do what I'm doing now. Okay. So you're just needed for black powder, aren't you? Yeah. Which is just there. Do I just risk feeding that indirectly? Because I need coal and... yeah, okay. So we'll do, say, coal. Like here. So that'd be... no, you're not going to... no. But that's in the middle though, isn't it? Yeah, let's line up with the middle. Brilliant. Brilliant. So I want it lined up with that one. And that one. So it must be there. And then we'll have the input there. So that would be coal out of there. Coal out of there. Cool. Okay. And then in there. No. Brilliant. Okay, so it's 5 o'clock. So I normally only do a couple of hours on Fridays. And all of it needs powering up, obviously. I need to do the rubber and bring the coal over. I'm going to go and stand by the coal so that I remember. See if I can do... oh, got it that time. I was saying on my last one of these, I'm rubbish at first-person ladders. It's over there. Oh, I always seem to miss. It's the going backwards that confuses me. It's because I think when I was doing, when I was younger, when you're on a first-person, shooter or whatever, you would go down the ladders by going forwards. But now they seem to be a bit more sort of realistic. Oh, don't want to jump off the cliff. That wouldn't be very good. So yeah, we'll go and send over the thing. But that's it for today. As I say, I will be back tomorrow, same sort of time, 3 o'clock, for the Factorio stream. We will be testing out the white science and satellite builds, and fixing any mistakes in those. Once I'm happy that it works, I can kind of get the Spidertrons to fill out the rest of the build. You see, this is the coal here. And you see, what I'm kind of thinking, I'll be honest, is that rather than use the truck, I know they're fixing trucks in the next update or making them better, but it's not really bringing over the sort of volumes I want anyway. So I either, get rid of this altogether or supplement it so we can split this, or, bring another lane up or something, and stick it in the train that I'm going to do for the other build over here. Because this coal going spare, I mean, this is, what level belt is there? Oh, so it's only level 3, level 1 belt anyway. But yeah, this coal going spare over here. Not using it all for this power. And I'm fairly sort of happy, as it were, that because I've obviously got that oil build now. And if we're going to start actually using it in the factory, we won't need as much coal power. But yeah, we should be able to bring more coal over to the thing. Because the other option on that front is I don't actually have to bring it all over. I can just, because obviously I've got this platform here. We can have the train come down here, pick up coal, and take it over to the other factory, basically. But sort of bit of a catch-22 on that front, in that if I'm going to do that, I want more room, and obviously I want to blow up all of that, the nasty the poison gas stuff. But in order to do that, I need to build this factory to get me lots of explosives, because I'm rubbish with explosives. We get them going, and then I can make a load of gas masks, and we can sort of get rid of all that stuff. Yeah, but that's next time. I doubt I'll do anything on this between streams, but maybe if I do, it'll be the processing the oil into rubber. But that'll probably be what we pick up next time, along with bringing the coal over. So Saturday and Sunday, I say, Factorio streams, White Science, and then my new wall expansion system. And then Monday, of course, is Dyson Sphere program. And then next week, as mentioned, I will not be streaming because I will be at EGX. Hopefully, as long as there's petrol available. I don't know. So if you've been watching, and particularly Binkie, thank you very much for the tips. That was interesting with the walls. I knew there were. This is the type of thing. They said they were happy with, this, but there's loads of stuff like that. They must be going to fix stuff like that. I mean, look at that floating up there. But yeah, I can then hopefully start blowing some of these blooming chemical things up, which have killed me innumerable times. But yeah, so if you have been watching, thanks for doing so. You've got a good rest of your day and the weekend, and maybe I'll catch you on another one. Thanks for watching. Cheers. I didn't use this stuff, did I? I was going to say, I never. Look, maybe I could. Oh, what was that? I was going to write. Look, I don't know. I don't know if that's going through. Okay. See you later. Cheers.